It's 11 a.m. on Thursday, and a familiar face enters the Four Seasons Hotel near his home in Tower Hill, London. No, it is about having time and the space in your head for simple things with family and friends. Since clearing his desk, he's returned home to Croatia, holidayed in Dubai and met up for lunch with his old staff, including Hammers legend Julian Dix. We did analyze what happened, but not like a meeting, on paper, he smiles. Most days, he also spends an hour in the gym, treadmill, cross-trainer, sit-ups on the mat. If I don't go, I get a bit cranky, he confesses. You are by yourself in the gym, you can think. Bilic has also been watching a lot of football on television. More than ever probably, he says. My favorite was Arsenal Manchester United. It was like a great movie, you didn't want it to stop. I picked up my phone afterwards because I wanted to share it. Did you watch the game? It was brilliant. Brilliant. Of course I still watch football. I haven't lost interest, what did you expect? I am not a broken man. I'd have got home from the match about midnight, still up for it, either buzzing or down if we'd lost. I'm an expressive person. If you saw me after Wilfried Zaha had scored for Palace against us after 97 minutes, I look a broken man. But for 96 minutes, I was as lively as ever. I knew what was coming after we lost the next game 4-1 to Liverpool, but I wasn't wishing for it. But at the end of the day you can't be something you're not. If we were I would say. And I always took responsibility. Bilic has always been popular with fans, even when Croatia won at Wembley to knock England out of Euro 2008 qualification. We had a relaxed chat about West Ham, why not? But the details aren't for the paper. To be fair, a lot of the things he said were exactly the points I would have made. He didn't need me to tell him a lot of things because he still has goalkeeping coach Chris Woods, who was there with me from day one. Now it is happening with Pullman for Shakespeare. One thing Bilic told Moyes was that he had inherited a decent squad. They are at West Ham for a good reason. Despite 4 points from games against Chelsea and Arsenal, the Hammers head to Stoke on Saturday, a place lower than they were when Bilic left. Their 3-2 win at Spurs in the last round had led Bilic to dream of becoming the first West Ham manager since John Lyall in 1980 to win a major trophy. The presence on mainstream and social media of West Ham's power brokers Sullivan, Gold, and Karen Brady, and some of their offspring, undoubtedly complicated Bilic's job. However, a recent interview with Sullivan in which he appeared to take credit for all West Ham's good signings, Dimitri Payet, Lanzini, and blame Bilic for the less successful deals, Jose Font, Robert Snodgrass, has compelled the Croat to respond for fear of being used as a scapegoat. But again, I have to say something, he says. To say all the good players were him and the bad signings were me is kind of low. And it's simply not true. I don't want to praise myself, but if you ask about Lanzini, I knew about him since he was at River Plate a few years ago. I wanted to take him to Besiktas. At that time, he was too much money and went to Al Jazeera in Abu Dhabi. Let's be honest, who knew about Lanzini before he came to England? Nobody knew, and that includes the chairman. But I never treated the signings like that, like they are my players or your players. No, they were all our players, collective responsibility. There were 3 of us, the chairman, myself and Tony Henry, director of player recruitment. The chairman told me he'd had a call about a player from Marseille. I said, which one? And he said, Payet. I said, yes, don't think twice. I am not going to take credit for everything, but I don't want to take all the blame either. So we got those 2 new players. To criticized them as unfair. They came to a club in a difficult situation and helped us finish 11th, so they played their part. Why does he think Sullivan chose to snipe at him when Bilic had already left? Maybe he felt he had to justify not sacking me, but the appointment of Moyes. I hope it is going to change after these great couple of results against Chelsea and Arsenal. I can afford a break, but can't switch off my phone for a year like Guardiola or Mourinho. It's weird. I keep telling myself, I was at West Ham only a few weeks ago, take a bit longer. On the other hand, I feel so rested. I am ready. While you don't always realize your batteries need recharging when you are in the middle of everything. It's always better to go into a job at the start of the season, but football can't be perfect. If the right one comes next week, it's something that comes. In the meantime, he's staying in London with his partner Ivana and their 2 young children. I like England, he says. I have proved myself here. I don't feel like a stranger.